What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick Valentine, and I am here again with another brand new video. And today is the day where I am going to be talking to you guys about Nxt Takeover New Orleans. Now, I'm not, like I said, my apologies. I haven't just woken up. I'm still recovering from just resting my eyes about a few minutes ago, but everything's alright. I'm still available to talk. Just don't be surprised if I stretch a bit, because boy, oh boy, I didn't really get much sleep, so I needed to sleep in a bit more so I can rest myself up a bit, because boy, oh boy, will I be needing it for takeover for WrestleMania week, man. Holy shit, I'll be needing all the rest I could need. So anyway, guys, NXT Takeover New Orleans. We're gonna be running through the match card and my predictions on who I think is going to win each match. Now, it's like I said, I know. Now I know I might not be the biggest NXT fan out there, but I can appreciate the good matches they give us. I appreciate the good matches they give us and all, but the only thing that just irritates me the most is just their predictability, their outcomes. Their outcomes are pretty much predictable. Some of them are. That's the only thing that I really don't find. That's the only thing I find very, very annoying about NXT, man. I just wish people just see what I mean by NXT. I just wish people would understand what I mean. You don't have to agree with me, but I just wish people would understand why I think sometimes NXT can be predictable. It can be predictable. But anyway, guys, let's rock and roll. I'm gonna be going over any match in any order. First, we're gonna be talking about Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Ember Moon, she's another one of those girls that really was kind of being rubbed to win the title, and they really rubbed her hard to win the title, but I still don't understand why she's still in NXT. And if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, do you guys remember at Takeover Brooklyn 2, 3, I can't remember what one it was. It was where she versed Oscar when Oscar was still champ. I specifically remember when Oscar beat Ember Moon. I specifically remember Ember Moon waving the crowd goodbye, and the crowd were clapping her off. To me, that means you're going to be getting a main roster call-up. So, I don't understand why they did that, but still kept her in NXT. If you never wanted Ember Moon on the main roster, why did you do that? That will always be one of the biggest things that will be sticking into my mind with Ember Moon. Okay? That'll always be in my mind. The longer Ember Moon stays in NXT, the more that's going to make me go, why did they have her wave goodbye at that takeover? I just don't understand it. I don't understand why people never bring that up. People never bring it up. King Schmidt never brings it up. JD never brings it up. Why do you never bring that up? It seems like I'm the only one that seems to remember. And And Shayna Baszler, what did Shayna Baszler do to get this title match? And please, don't think I'm stupid. I do check the results on NXT. And I do see the photos. And I do read the articles. Shayna Baszler barely wrestled on NXT to get a title opportunity. They gave her a title opportunity because she's the Ronda Rousey of UFC. The Ronda Rousey of NXT. Shayna Baszler is basically your Ronda Rousey in NXT. Oh, she's a former UFC champion. Let's just give her a title match. Yeah, I know they've been building this rivalry up a bit more now. But still, you can't just give someone a title match just because they're from UFC. You can't. You can't just do that. And I bet you everybody was okay with that. I bet you everybody was okay with it because it's NXT. I certainly wouldn't be okay with it, regardless if it's NXT. Shayna Baszler did not win the first time. I believe she didn't win at Takeover Philly. So, in my opinion, Shayna Baszler is going to be winning because it's WrestleMania weekend. She's going to win the NXT Women's Championship and dethrone Ember Moon. And hopefully, they get Ember Moon out of NXT. I think she's been in there. I think she's been there long enough. I think Ember Moon has had her time. She's had her time. She's had her run, and it wasn't really the best title run, but she's had her run. Time to take her out. And what is up? And what is up with Ember Moon as champion? Well, what is up with her as champion? Because I've heard a lot of criticisms about Ember Moon as champion. I mean, like, I'm hearing people saying that she doesn't show the true pride of champion because Shayna Baszler bullies people. Because Shayna Baszler is classified as a bully. She stands up. She stands up to bullies. See, this is why I don't understand why is Shayna Baszler getting a title opportunity. I haven't even seen this girl wrestle once. All she does is head out to the ring, attack people like Aaliyah and Dakota Kai, choke them out, Ember Moon comes out to save them, then she leaves. How am I supposed to take her seriously if I haven't seen her wrestle? Now, obviously, that's going to change because tomorrow I'm going to be seeing her wrestle, but how am I supposed to take her seriously? Just because she can choke somebody out? Come on, man. Try and be a little bit more creative. Shayna Baszler is gonna win only because it's WrestleMania week, and I don't want to have her lose when Ronda Rousey is gonna be there. Next match we're gonna be talking about is the tag team triple threat: the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly versus the Authors of Pain versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. Now, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly were the original tag team champions. But because Bobby Fish sustained an injury, this ultimately means that Adam Cole has to sub in for him. Now, I actually saw a little short clip of that tag team match of the Dusty Rhodes Classic where Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne versus the Authors of Pain. Pretty good. You know, this game is actually going to be very, very. This match should be very, very good. I can easily tell it's going to be very, very good. I'm not denying the match worth ethic that these guys can give out. I don't see the Authors of Pain winning because their time in NXT is over. You know, their time in NXT is over. Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, they're not really going to do much as a tag team. if you want me to be blunt about Strong and Dunn, you know, there's plans of a 205 Live tag team titles. So, and considering Strong and Dunn are both considered below 205, why not chuck them on 205 Live and have them chase the 205 Live tag team titles when they bring that in? Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me. But that's really all depends if they really want to keep this team of Dunn and Strong going. If they're not gonna keep the team of Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne going, then I'd say move just Roderick Strong to 205 Live. That's just my honest opinion about that. I reckon the Undisputed Era are most likely going to retain the titles because it's a kind of an obvious outcome, don't you think? It's kind of an obvious outcome because we know Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong aren't going to win, and we know the Authors of Pain won't win either because their time in NXT is pretty much running out. So, I hate to say this to you guys, but this outcome is kind of predictable. Probably the one match that I'm looking forward to the most is the ladder match for the NXT North American Heavyweight Championship. Now, I know it's not called that, but it's called the North American Championship. Adam Cole, the top 1% EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, and the Velveteen Dream. You know? I'm going to tell you guys this. When I look at all these names, Adam Cole, I don't think he's going to win because he will retain the tag team titles. Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan, they're not, now, I know my ladder matches, and everybody will agree with me. The only reason why Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan would be in this ladder match is to do what big men do in these types of matches. And what do big men do in these types of matches? They cause destruction. They cause carnage. So, in my honest opinion, Sullivan and Dane are not in this match to win. They're in this match to cause carnage, destruction, breaking ladders, slamming people's spines on ladders, doing all kinds of crazy nonsense, you know? The Velveteen Dream, I'm not really sure he'd be in there for. I think he'd be in there for the high spots. Well, actually, I think that would be Ricochet. But I don't. I'm gonna tell you guys this, and some of you might not be surprised. Some of you might be surprised about this, but I've always been a WWE guy. I've never heard of Ricochet, and I've never seen this guy wrestle. I've never seen this guy wrestle. Now, some people might say, "Oh, well, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good for you." You know, Ricochet's a very good wrestler. I have heard stories that I have heard about Ricochet. I have heard about Ricochet. I've heard some good, positive things about this guy, that he's very, very good. But the Velveteen Dream, I don't see him winning. Honestly, it comes down to the top 1% EC3 and Ricochet. And if I had to pick out of one of the two of them, I think the top 1% EC3 is going to win this match. I think EC3 is going to win. Maybe Ricochet does like a crazy move off the ladder, and then maybe EC3 picks the bones. But, you know, we'll see. But ultimately, though, guys, this is actually the one match I'm actually looking forward to. And probably one of the other matches I'm really looking forward to is the unsanctioned match. DIY's implosion. The implosion of DIY finally hits its breaking point. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in an unsanctioned match. If Gargano wins, he will be reinstated to NXT. But however, if Tommaso Ciampa wins, Gargano will be fired from NXT forever. this is possibly one of the trickiest match. This is probably one of the trickiest matches, because they could go. This match can go either way, and this outcome could go either way. This outcome could either be Tommaso Ciampa winning, and Johnny Gargano's gone forever, and he goes on to the main roster, or Johnny Gargano stays and gets rehired back into NXT. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think it's time for Johnny Wrestling to leave NXT, because, like I said, there's been rumors going around for a while now that there's going to be a lot of NXT call-ups. I've heard there's going to be a lot of NXT call-ups this year. So, don't be surprised if, even if Johnny Gargano did win, he still goes to the main roster. But I've just been hearing there's going to be a lot of call-ups. So don't be surprised if some of these outcomes affect who goes to the main roster. So, and no, guys, any of the people in the ladder match are not going to go to the main roster. Probably except Sanity. Maybe only Sanity. Maybe only Sanity could be called up, but we'll get on to that another time. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. I've actually watched some of the stuff that these two have been doing. And I think some of the stuff they've been doing is really great. Tommaso Ciampa getting paranoid of the Johnny Gargano signs and the Johnny Gargano chants. Johnny Gargano chasing Tommaso Ciampa while he was in his car, chasing him home. And Tommaso Ciampa was in his house at like 3:30 in the morning, and Johnny Gargano was outside his door, you know. Some of the stuff they've been doing is pretty good. Who do I see winning this match? It's a tough one. It's a real tough one. I think Tommaso Ciampa. I just think Tommaso Ciampa's going to win. I think he's going to somehow, some way, I think he's going to somehow survive. He's going to somehow survive the onslaught of Johnny Gargano. I think he's going to somehow survive. And Johnny Gargano will be heading out of NXT forever. He'll be done with NXT, and he'll be on his way to the main roster. That's just my personal guess. And that's just my personal opinion. And finally, guys, to wrap up this video, we've got Andre Cien versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. This outcome is kind of very, very predictable in my opinion. This is a very predictable match, a very predictable outcome. Aleister Black is going to win, no ifs or buts. I've been hearing a lot of people saying, oh, this is a close match, any one of these guys could win. Come on. We all know Aleister Black is going to be winning the NXT Championship. Andre Cien will be going to the main roster. He'll be heading up to the main roster after this. So Aleister Black losing doesn't make sense. Having Aleister Black lose after all this time that they've been building this guy up wouldn't make any sense. So anyway, guys, I'm saying Aleister Black. I don't think Aleister Black is going to win. And Andre Cien will be going up to the main roster. So anyway, guys, that has been my preview and predictions. My preview and predictions of NXT Takeover New Orleans. I will be sitting down watching it tomorrow. So thank you all for joining for this video. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Comment your thoughts down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And also to be sure to follow me at pballantyne on Twitter. At pballantyne95 on Twitter. I keep getting that mixed up. At pballantyne95. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. And I'll talk to you all guys, and I'll talk to you all soon. See you there.